हटाना लो ले क्या रहे हैं साइड में अरे भारत क्या कर रही है देख के अरे इतना मत कर अंदर जाने वाला काम मत कर निकल जाएगा सब देख रहा तुम क्या कर रहे हो क्या यार कौन है यार वो
Welcome, Mr. Khan. And, of course, the author of the book, Dhyan Pandey. Can we have you? Welcome. Well, thank you, Mr. Khan, for being that Dhyan has been waiting for a very long time. And, well, Dhyan Pandey, who doesn't know Dhyan? And looking at her on the cover of the book, someone might want to keep that gift wrapping paper. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, Dhyan Pandey's new book, Shut Up and Train. Now there's two people who want the wrapping papers. Big round of applause for Dhyan and Mr. Khan. Thank you so much for launching her new book, Shut Up and Train. Mr. Khan, we all know what a fitness freak you are yourself. So we'd like you to say a few words on the subject and on Dhyan's book as well. You have a mic right there.
Thank you, Shamika. Thank you, Caroline. And thank you, Dhyan, for having me over, and Landon and Eburi. Eburi, is that how you pronounce it? Eburi? Eburi. Okay, Eburi. Okay, Eburi. First of all, a lot of friends here, so it's always wonderful to be in the company of friends. So more than just the occasion of this wonderful release, I welcome you all. You can see Lara, Mahesh, Dabbu, Chunky. I have to wear my glasses. Mrs. Pandya, sir. Alison. So it's really nice to be here, and I don't know, because Dhyan only calls me because she says she has stage fright. She doesn't know what to speak on stage. So I'm the proxy, I'm the filler. I'm not the guest of honor or someone who releases the book. And with due respect, seeing all the people who figure in this book and the people that Dhyan has been working with and our friends, they are so fit that I don't even fall vaguely into the category of being fit like them. So I'm here only as a speaker, not as a fitness freak, so to say. I'm extremely unhealthy. I have very, very bad habits, and and I suffer from a lot of injuries, whether I like it or I don't. I keep doing it to myself. So I will not be able to tell you. That's why this book is more important, because before you start your workout, or if you want to start training in any sense, this is the book you read. And if you're at a very high level of training, like Deanne is one of the first few people I know got into proper training mode years ago, when we didn't even understand what weights were, and dumbbells were only girls, or so we thought, which is very stupid of us and wrong of us. But to be honest, I'd like to take you through the last year journey I've had and why I think this book makes so much sense. Shut Up and Train. The reason is I keep getting injured, and last year again in December 2012 I injured my shoulder again, and it's a congenital problem that I have, that my shoulder spur keeps going, the bone keeps going beyond its shirt, so it cuts into the spinatus muscles, and then things happen and I can't move it at all. And I was in the middle of work, so I kind of managed to finish the film that I was doing, and in May, I think mid-May, I had a surgery. And since then, and actually since December, I started believing that the way I am and the way I should be is to be, just be. You know, I started finding every excuse not to remain fit. As a matter of fact, if you're injured, I think you should eat properly, etc., etc. But I decided, no, you know what, I'm going to eat biryani. I'm hurt now, I'm relaxing now. I should not have been injured. I started feeling sorry for myself. I started feeling disturbed. How should this happen? Why should it happen to me? Which happens to all of us even when we're not injured. And we continue doing that. So by mid-May, after I had the surgery, and now, till about 2 months ago, I had an amazing amount of self-pity and no drive, because self-pity leads to no drive. And I was just sitting at home and lying down in bed, watching a lot of films, which was nice. I watched a lot of bad films also, which wasn't so nice. But I just spent time in bed and finding every excuse, as a matter of fact, not to get up and get back to health or get my shoulder to move. My shoulder will move beyond this. Even now, it kind of doesn't go more than this. And then I met Deanne, who was working on this book about 4 or 5 months back. And she came and told me that, you please write the foreword for this book, and it's about health, and why do you remain healthy? So I talked about the reason why I like to be healthy, but I like the title of the book. And the book says, Shut Up and Train. And that's what you've got to do to yourself, because there are going to be a lot of voices from inside you which are going to negate the finer aspects of training or being physically fit. You will find an excuse in everyday life, in every moment, every thought. My best friend, actually, in the world, Chicky, finds that every now and then. Yeah, he's the unhealthiest guy, husband, living with the healthiest wife. But he'll find any excuse. But he's the sweetest. There was a time when he worked out and became fitter than even Deanne, I remember. So he has to get back to it. And our friend Baba also has a lot of excuses. So we have lots of us are like that, and there's nothing wrong with being like that. That's how you should be. But I think at the end of it all, you have to tell yourself, shut up, get up, and do something. Which is what happened to me when Deanne talked about this book and the title of the book. Because my surgeon told me, take it easy, it's a big injury, don't worry, you need to relax for 5 months. I was told by physiotherapists and friends, listen, it's all right, you're injured, relax, don't do this. And I kept eating, and I kept sleeping, and feeling bad for myself. And I kept on thinking, it's all right, I didn't deserve this injury, so why should my body deserve any better? And I was languishing day in and day out in self-pity, and very happy. It reached a level where, and I have this little system to find out if you are unfit, and which I would tell everyone to follow. It has to be in your own bathroom without your clothes. When you go in for the shower, you have to put on some light or stand in the sunlight in a way that your shadow falls on the wall sideways. And if you see a protrusion in the midsection of your body, you need to get fit. It's as simple as that. So if you're this big also, and if there's no protrusion, it's all right. But if it comes out as if it's going to announce your entrance about 4 or 5 seconds before you enter the room, it's time to train. And this is my simple way of finding out. I stand, and I'll show it to you. The technique is you stand with the light here, and let the shadow fall. Don't stand like this, like Deanne is, but just straight. And if your stomach is outside in the shadow, you need to train. It's as simple as that. It's a very simple logic. I've done it for years now. I'm 48. And I'm very proud to say I wear jeans which are 28. Not now. I don't need another month, but about 28 inches, which is the best, 28 or 29. And you've got to keep it like that. And I'm very proud of it. I don't work out very hard. But coming back to what I was talking about, that I realized that I can find many excuses, but finally I just have to shut the voices inside, the unreasonable reasoning of not working out, get up and start working out. And I started doing it. Very painful when you get into that gym, very stressful. The results come late, especially if you're not taking any of the stuff that a lot of people do nowadays. I'm anti that. I think it should not be done, whether it's for work, whether it's for personal gains. I think steroids or anything which enhances artificially is not going to long last, and it's going to have some side effects which you can ask Lance Armstrong and he will tell you lots of them. But the whole idea is that you should just try and remain fit. Don't have to get very muscular. You don't have to get too big. You don't have to have a body like the wonderful John Abraham or like Hrithik Roshan. None of us can be as gifted for that. You need a different level of penance, belief, and a lifestyle. Most of us can't do that. These guys are great. I mean, when I see a great body like this, or Dino and some other people, this young boy who's 23 years old, Mihir, yeah, fantastic. I mean, you know, that's a different level of achievement, or Lala, for that matter. These are different levels of achievement. So we don't have to try and do that. I think we need to keep it simple. And I just think all you need to do is make sure that all the voices that you hear, which are taking you on the step to regression, telling you not to do stuff, just quieten it down, get into that gym. You don't have to spend 2 hours. A couple of things you don't do in the gym, which I